Abbotsford baseball coach Larry Leckler now joining us as the Falcons prepare to take on Burlington-Catholic Central in the Division III championship game. And boy, coach, that must be a great feeling to know your team is playing for a state championship. What does a coach feel like on the verge of a big, momentous game like that?
Oh, I'm excited about it, Gene. I'll tell you, the boys, as we said, have worked hard all year, like a lot of teams, can say the same thing. But I told them on the bus after the game this morning, not very many teams get to play in a state tournament, no matter what the sport, and even fewer get to play in a state championship. And I could see them smile, and it just, I think, pumped them up a little bit to think that, this is something that it's a once in a lifetime for a lot of people. So we're excited. They played a good game this morning, gave them a lot of confidence for tonight, and we know that this Catholic Central will be a formidable opponent, but we're confident we're going to play good baseball and do a good job.
Well, Coach, how about some thoughts on what made your team successful earlier today?
Well, Tanner was on. We were hoping for a big game from him, and he had his curveball working. Two hit him, just was in control virtually the whole game. It's a team sport, and it was our bottom of our order that came through today. Trevor Cotry, 2 base hits. I know my son James came through with a hit, got a run for us. Probably the biggest thing that got us going, the momentum and such, was freshman Jamie Soik with 2 outs. He had the 2 RBI single that gave us a 2-0 lead. And once that happened, the guys were really pumped up. In fact, we hit the ball hard in the early innings, but right at defenders. And so when we finally did get that hit to put us on the scoreboard, that did tons for us.
Coach, we noticed that Tanner has had some difficulty. If there's been one problem he may have had this year, it's been with some control difficulties, but that really was not evident today. What kept him in the strike zone in this ball game?
Well, I'll tell you what, with these kids, who knows sometimes. We worked on a few things in practice with him. We talked about making adjustments to his motion if he's not finding the strike zone. I think today it was just a matter of big game. He needed extra focus. Tanner's the type of athlete, super competitor, where he rose to the occasion. I told him we got to get ahead of the hitters, got to give your defenders a chance to help you out, and he did that. He pitched from ahead most of the day today, and for any pitcher on any level, that's huge, and he certainly did it today.
All right, now, Coach, tell us about this state championship game matchup tonight with Burlington Catholic.
Well, I know that they have a 16-8 record according to the program, but of course that can be deceiving. They're from the Southeast Sectional. Usually in most sports, it's a tougher sectional because you're closer to Milwaukee. A few more schools, maybe a few bigger schools they played. Their schedule is such that they did play some big schools, and so, like I said, come tournament time, that can work to a team's advantage, being that you've gone against some stiffer competition. Just not seeing much except for the game this morning, talking to a few people. I'm thinking they kind of remind me of Pittsville a little bit. They're good hitters. They got some good athletes. A very enthusiastic bunch, with their jabbering and such in the outfield. So they're going to be a tough opponent, but I'm confident we're going to give them a good game.
Has played for a WIAA baseball championship, although those of you who follow high school sports well know that just about less than a week ago, Burlington Catholic won the Division III softball championship down at Goodman Field in Madison. In fact, we saw their softball team in action last Friday. They beat the Loyal Greyhounds in the state semifinal last Friday afternoon, 12-0, and then went on to beat Oakfield in the Division III state championship game. Burlington Catholic is the visiting team tonight, so defensively for the Abbotsford Falcons, at first base, Andrew Frank. At second base, Trevor Cotry. At shortstop, Josh Soik. And at third base, Evan Seal. Jesse Haywish playing left field. In center field, Cody Soik. In right field, James Leckler. Behind the plate, Tanner Cotry. On the mound, Jamie Soik, who is 6-2 this season with an earned run average of 0.84. Jamie has thrown 41 2/3 innings. He's allowed only 5 earned runs On just 31 hits, he has struck out 37 and walked only 12. He's only a freshman, but he has played some big ball games for this Abbotsford team, pitched in some big important contests. In fact, started and won the Falcons Division III Sectional Championship victory against the Pittsfield Panthers at Buchholz Park in Stevens Point last Tuesday evening. Abbotsford won that ball game by a score of 8-6. So now we're set for baseball. It comes down to one game, the WIAA Division III State Championship contest, and the leadoff hitter for Burlington-Catholic, shortstop Pat Weiss. Weiss, a .326 hitter, no home runs, 10 RBIs for the season. Right-handed batter, Jamie Soik ready. His first pitch of the ball game. Breaking ball, way inside for ball one. And this Division III State Championship game is underway here at Fox City Stadium in Appleton. We apologize for the long delay, but those Division I semifinals this afternoon were very, very long ball games. 1-0 on Pat Weiss, leading off the Burlington-Catholic first inning. Soik winds and throws again. Popped up on the right side. Playable for second baseman Trevor Khatri. He's got it for out number one. One down in the Burlington-Catholic first inning. The batter is the Hilltopper center fielder Blaine Lancour. Lancour hitting .343. No home runs and 15 RBIs. He is a left-handed batter. Jamie Soik ready. Winds and throws a breaking ball, and it's outside for ball one. I discovered something this afternoon while watching the Division I semifinals today. Here is the 1-0 to Lancour. Fastball got the low outside corner for a called strike. It's now 1-1. I didn't realize that they have a radar gun built into the outfield fence. Soik throws 1-1. A line drive to left center field, and that will drop in front of Haywish for a base hit and rolls beyond Haywish. Lancour trying to get to second base, and he dives in safely. That'll be a base hit for Blaine Lancour, and likely an error on left fielder Jesse Haywish, allowing Lancour to take second base. So Burlington Catholic has a base runner at second base with one out here in the first inning. And the hitter is catcher Mike Kuhn. Kuhn is Burlington Catholic's leading hitter, batting .534. 4 home runs, 29 RBIs. Soik checks the base runner, and Kuhn steps out on him. Anyway, they have one of these radar guns which measures the speed of each pitch in the outfield fence, but it's not on the scoreboard, so I didn't notice it during the first ball game, but it's in the left field fence, right down the foul line. Soik throws a swing and a miss for Kuhn for strike one. And I'm sorry I didn't catch that during the first ball game. I could monitor the speed of the pitches thrown by Tanner Khatri, because he was throwing pretty hard in that first ball game. Lancour at second base with one out, 0-1 on Mike Kuhn. Soik throws, and there's a drive to left field, but Haywish has a beat on it, retreats a few steps, and makes the catch. Lancour is tagging on this play, and he will take third base. But Kuhn is retired on a deep drive to Jesse Haywish. Lancour at third now with 2 outs, and the batter is Burlington Catholic first baseman Nate Meyer. Meyer for the year batting .415, 2 home runs, 23 RBIs. A left-handed batter. So we will be able to measure the pitches thrown by the hurlers tonight, including Jamie Soik, the freshman who throws a lot of breaking pitches. Lancour off third, and Soik delivers. High hopper towards second. Cut off by the first baseman, Frank. He will flip to Soik, covering the bag at first base to end the inning. Nicely done by the Abbotsford infield defense. The Falcons in the first give up no runs on 1 hit, no errors. 1 Burlington Catholic runner left on base. After 1 half inning, Burlington-Catholic nothing. Abbotsford coming to bat. We'll return to Appleton for more baseball in just a moment. So Abbotsford breaks on top in this ball game. The Falcons lead 1-0 as they bat in the last half of the first inning. 1 out, Tanner Catchery at second base. Ninehouse throws again. Frank takes high and away for a ball. 1 ball and 1 strike. At first run, always important. It belongs to Abbotsford tonight. Ninehouse throws again and misses low and outside for a ball. It's now 2-1 on Andrew Frank. Andrew coming into this ball game, batting .286, no home runs, 18 RBIs. The next pitch, fastball, missed the corner. It's now 3-1 on Andrew Frank. Falcons were hitless the first 3 innings of that semifinal earlier today. Ninehouse throws again, and Frank fouls it at home plate. Count goes 3-2. In fact, Abbotsford only had 3 hits in that first ball game. But one of those was a big hit, a 2-run double by Jamie Soik in the 4th inning, which proved to be the game-winning RBI for the Falcons. They only had 2 other hits, singles by James Leckler and Trevor Catchery. Ninehouse throws again. A breaking ball misses down low for ball 4. And Andrew Frank draws the second walk issued by Burlington-Catholic in this first inning. So the Falcons have a real threat going here in the first inning. The batter is the shortstop, Josh Soik. Josh is a .238 hitter, no home runs, 20 RBIs. The pitch from Ninehouse gets the inside corner for a called strike 1. Abbotsford on top, 1-0. The Falcons batting. Last half of the first inning. Runners at first and second, only 1 out. Here's the 0-1 pitch. And that pitch misses the low outside corner. Now 1-1 on Josh Soik. Josh is a right-handed batter, stands in once again. The runners lead at first and second. Ninehouse delivers, popped foul over the screen and out of play. Now the count 1 ball and 2 strikes on Josh Soik. Why, that was some ball game we saw this afternoon between Point and Everest, 22-3. DC Everest winning that ball game. 1-2 on Soik. The pitch by Ninehouse. It floats high and outside for a ball, 2-2. Stevens Point came into the tournament a bit shorthanded. Their number 1 pitcher, Pazuski, sidelined due to an elbow problem. And so they were really strapped for pitching today. Here's the next pitch. High hopper to third, grabbed by Kemper, steps on the bag for 1, fires to first base in time to complete the double play. How about that? Burlington-Catholic gets out of it with a third to first double play. A high hopper hit right to Kemper. He stepped on the third base bag to force Catchery for out number 2. And then a strike to first baseman Nate Meyer to double up Josh Soik and end the inning. But Abbotsford strikes first here in the first inning by scoring 1 run on 1 hit. No Burlington-Catholic errors. There were 2 walks in the inning and 1 man left on base. We've played 1 inning. Our score is Abbotsford 1 and Burlington-Catholic Central nothing. We will return to Appleton following this message. Well, freshman Jamie Soik is staked to a 1-0 lead here in this Division III state championship game at Fox City Stadium in Appleton. A number of members of the Barron High School baseball team are in attendance tonight. Their ball club plays in the Division II semifinals tomorrow morning at 9:05 against Watertown Luther Prep. And if they win that game, they'll face either West De Pere or Madison Edgewood in the state championship game tomorrow afternoon. Leadoff hitter for Burlington-Catholic in the second inning is the DH Mike Fleck. He's hitting .360, 1 home run, 21 RBIs. Big left-handed batter. Soik delivers, and the pitch gets the outside corner for a called strike 1. Abbotsford has a 1-0 lead as Burlington-Catholic bats in the top half of the second in this Division III state final. Soik's 0-1 pitch is away and misses the outside corner. It's now 1 ball and 1 strike to Mike Fleck. We should mention that Burlington-Catholic, in the first ball game, their semifinal win against Chippewa Falls McDonald, had 7 hits, 8 runs on 7 hits. Soik throws again, ground ball right back to Jamie Soik. And he'll toss to Andrew Frank for out number 1. 1 man down in the Burlington-Catholic second inning. The batter now is the left fielder Alex Seehoff. Burlington-Catholic had 7 hits in the first ball game, and all 7 came from the first 3 men in their batting order. Pat Weiss had 2 singles. Blaine Lancourt had 2 singles. Mike Kuhn had 3 hits in that ball game, including a double. 2 singles and a double. First pitch to Alex Seehoff. He swings and misses for strike 1. 0-1 on Alex Seehoff, stationed in left field for Burlington-Catholic this evening. Soik throws again, misses low and outside for ball. 1 ball and 1 strike. Seehoff, pretty good hitter, .458, 1 home run, 11 RBIs. Some pretty good hitters in this Hilltopper batting order. Soik's next pitch, a swing and a foul towards the first base side. Count now 1-2. Burlington-Catholic for the season hitting .374. They have 11 team home runs. Abbotsford hitting .301 with 14 team home runs, 13 by Tanner Cattry. Here's the 1-2 to Seehoff, and that pitch a bit low for ball. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Quite a situation here for Jamie Soik, freshman pitcher for Abbotsford, starting a state championship game. His 2-2 pitch is on the way. Popped foul to the first base side. It will reach the net and go out of play. And the count stays 2-2. Lights are on, as you would expect, of course, here at Fox City Stadium. Wind blowing out to left field. It has picked up during the course of the evening. Soik ready again, his 2-2 delivery. Popped up, might be playable in foul territory. Tanner Cattry behind home plate grabs it for the second out. Nicely done by Abbotsford catcher Tanner Cattry, makes quick work of that foul pop-up. 2 men down in the Burlington-Catholic second inning, and the hitter is right fielder Brett Butler. Butler is a .413 hitter with 1 home run and 14 runs batted in. He is a right-handed batter. Soik ready. He delivers. Breaking ball, bit inside for ball 1. Burlington-Catholic hitting top half of the second inning in this Division III state final, trailing Abbotsford 1-0. The 1-0 from Jamie Soik. And Butler went halfway. He's run up. And the count now 1-1. Abbotsford High School baseball on WOSQ, brought to us by Marshfield Clinic, Chili Implement, and Crafts Trading Center in Marshfield. Soik throws again, misses low and outside for ball. 2-1 on Burlington-Catholic right fielder Brett Butler. A lot of the DeSoto ball players are here, the team that Abbotsford beat in the semifinals this morning. Soik throws 2-1. And that pitch is down low for ball, 3-1. The radar gun, and we mentioned earlier, is registering Jamie throwing about 77 miles an hour, which is pretty good. Here is his 3-1 delivery, and that's right down the center for a called strike. That was 75 miles an hour. And there weren't many guys pitching for Stevens Point or DC Everest today who are throwing in that range. Count on Butler, full 3-2. Soik winds and delivers, a swing and a miss. Brett Butler out on strikes. Jamie Soik with his first strikeout of the day, and that ends the Burlington-Catholic second inning. The Hilltoppers with no runs on no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. After 1.5 innings of play, our score: Abbotsford 1, Burlington-Catholic Central 0. More baseball from Appleton in just a moment. Leading off the Abbotsford second inning, the right fielder, James Leckler. Leckler hitting .310 for the season, no home runs, 6 RBIs. He did have one of the 3 base hits for Abbotsford in the first semifinal today. Abbotsford held to only 3 hits in that 3-0 win against DeSoto, but Abbey pitcher Tanner Catry held DeSoto to just 2 singles in that ball game. Ninehouse throws and misses high for ball 1. Abbotsford leads the state championship game 1-0. Falcons batting last half of the second. 1-0 to Leckler. Popped up on the diamond. Right side, playable for first baseman Nate Meyer, who grabs it near the mound for out number 1. Meyer had some difficulty, I think, with the winds on that play, but stayed with it, made the catch. And the next batter for Abbotsford is pitcher Jamie Soik. Jamie, a .215 hitter, no home runs, 11 RBIs, and the big offensive hero of Game 1 with that 2-run double in the 4th inning. Ninehouse delivers a swing and a miss for strike 1. I don't think in many instances you'd see a freshman thrust into this situation, pitching a state championship game. The 0-1 delivery, high hopper down the third base line, foul. 0-2. Coach Larry Leckler made a gallant effort to grab that high hopper, but it just evaded his reach. The count on Jamie Soik, 0-2. Jamie back in the box. Ninehouse winds and throws, missed low and outside for a ball. 1-2. Stevens Point in the ball game previous to this, that big loss against D.C. Everest, used about 5 pitchers. Next pitch, a swing and a miss. Jamie Soik out on strikes. Ninehouse with his first strikeout of the day. And with 2 men down, the Abbotsford batter is left fielder Jesse Haywish. Jesse batting .128, 1 home run, 4 runs batted in. And they brought in one guy who threw about 80 miles an hour for an inning or so and then really lost a lot of velocity. He was one of their second or third pitcher, I believe. Here's a breaking ball up and in on Haywish for ball 1. Abbotsford leads Burlington-Catholic 1-0. Falcons batting last half of the second. The 1-0 to Jesse Haywish. Over for a called strike. It's now 1-1. Bases empty and 2 outs in the last half of the second inning. Ninehouse throws 1-1. Down in the dirt for ball 2. 2 balls and 1 strike. Milwaukee Brewers and Seattle Mariners meeting at this hour at Miller Park in Milwaukee. Next pitch to Haywish. Got the inside corner for a called strike. 2-2. That game underway on AM 1450 WDLB. And we'll have the Brewers and the Mariners tomorrow on WDLB. That's a day game, a 12:30 broadcast time. Next pitch outside, ball 3. So 12:30, the pregame show begins tomorrow afternoon. The Brewers and the Mariners from Miller Park on AM 1450 WDLB. 3-2 on Jesse Haywish, and the pitch on the way from Ninehouse. Popped foul down the first base side, and that will drop in the midst of Abbotsford fans on the first base side. The count on Haywish remains 3-2. I don't think that Milwaukee Brewer fans can be too disturbed by the play of the Brewers so far this year. Few games over 500 at this juncture, playing very, very good baseball. Again, the full count pitch. Breaking ball, and it floats inside for ball 4. Jesse Haywish draws a 2-out walk, the third issued by Burlington-Catholic pitcher Chris Ninehouse. And now the batter for Abbotsford is second baseman Trevor Catry. Trevor is a .289 hitter, no home runs, 7 RBIs. He did have one of the 3 Abbotsford hits in Game 1 today. That was the semifinal against DeSoto. Toss to first, and Haywish is back in time. Trevor is only a freshman and the number 9 hitter for Coach Leckler, but has shown that he can handle the bat quite well. Ninehouse throws, runner is going, pitches high for a ball, throw to second base, just a bit late. Jesse Haywish steals second base. And the Falcons are 2 of 2 on stolen base tries so far this evening. They were also 2 of 2 in the semifinal game against DeSoto. 1-0 the count on Trevor Cattry with Haywish in scoring position. The pitch on the way. Misses down low for ball. It's now 2-0 on Cattry, as the Falcons attempt to build a 2-out run here in the second inning. Haywish leads at second base. 9 outs throws. A swing and a foul at the plate. Now 2-1 on Trevor. Wind still blowing out towards left field. It was those flags were rather limp this morning and this afternoon during that semifinal game, but the wind is much more brisk at this hour than it was earlier today, and blowing straight out towards left field. 2-1 on Trevor Cattry. 9 outs, deals once again, popped up first base side in foul territory, and the catcher Mike Kuhn will grab it to end the inning. In the second for Abbotsford, no runs, no hits, no errors, a walk, and 1 man left on base. Now after 2 full innings, our score is Abbotsford 1, Burlington-Catholic Central 0. We'll come back with more Abbotsford Falcons baseball in just a moment. Burlington-Catholic batting in the top half of the third inning. And the first man they send to the plate, second baseman Adam Labady. He is a .239 hitter. No home runs, 11 RBIs. Takes a pitch from Jamie Soik up and in for ball 1. It's Abbotsford 1, Burlington-Catholic 0, top half of the third. Soik throws again. Misses low and inside for ball. 2-0 on Adam Labady. Burlington-Catholic second baseman, number 8 hitter in Tom O'Connell's batting order tonight. Jamie Soik deals again. That one right down the center for a called strike. 75-mile-an-hour fastball. 2-1. Boy, it just doesn't look like Jamie Soik is throwing that hard, but the board registers 75. Here is the 2-1 delivery, and Labady bunts foul behind home plate. Good idea as he saw Evan Seal back at third base, but Labady pushed the ball behind home plate, and the count now 2 balls and 2 strikes. I'm just wishing I had seen that radar gun sign in the outfield fence during that first ball game today to see what Tanner Cattry was throwing, but didn't catch that. It's not on the scoreboard area. It's in the left field corner on one of the billboard ads. 2-2 on Labady. Soik delivers. Fly ball to left field. Jesse Haywish back in the gap. Reaches up. The ball's over his head and hits the warning track. Labady to second base, and he will hold there with a stand-up double. So Burlington Catholic gets some offense going, their second hit of the day, and the Hilltoppers have their leadoff man at second base here in the third inning. Next batter for the Hilltoppers, the third baseman, Tim Kemper. Kemper is a .270 hitter. Without a home run, he has 9 RBIs. Tying run at second base with nobody out here in the third. Soik from the stretch. Kemper shows bunt, pushing the ball down the third base side. Grabbed by Soik, and a late play. Trevor Cattry gets over there to first base late, and the throw is late. Everybody is safe. Soik had the ball in time to make the play, but had to double pump on his throw to first base because Cattry was late getting over. So consequently, Kemper is on, and Labady takes third base. And that will be ruled a bunt single for Tim Kemper. So a jam for Abbotsford pitcher Jamie Soik. Runners at first and third and nobody out, and shortstop Pat Weiss is the batter. Weiss popped up to second base his first time up. But he's a dangerous man, batting .326, no home runs, 10 RBIs, plus he had 2 hits in Burlington Catholic's 8-7 win over McDonald in the semifinals this morning. Soik from the stretch. He delivers to Weiss inside for ball 1. Abbotsford does lead Burlington Catholic 1-0. The Hilltoppers batting top half of the third. Labady at third, Kemper at first with nobody out. The 1-0 to Weiss. Breaking ball got the outside corner for a called strike. 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike on Pat Weiss. Abbotsford pitcher Jamie Soik in a jam for the first time tonight. His 1-1 pitch, runner at first base is going. Catry throws down to third base, and Labady scampers back there. So Kemper steals second base. So now Burlington Catholic has 2 men in scoring position. The count on Weiss, 2 balls and 1 strike. Coach Leckler appears to be bringing the infield in to the halfway point. Soik throws, a breaking ball, got him in the shoulder. Weiss hit by the pitch. And that will load the bases with nobody out. Burlington Catholic with a real severe threat right here in the 3rd inning. Hilltoppers' batter is center fielder Blaine Lancourt, who had a base hit his first time up. Lancourt for the year, hitting .343, no home runs, 15 RBIs. He is a left-handed batter. Bases loaded, nobody out in the Burlington Catholic 3rd. Jamie Soik from the stretch. He delivers a swing and a miss. Strike 1. You're listening to Abbotsford Falcons baseball on 92.3 WOSQ, Spencer Marshfield. 0-1 on Blaine Lancourt. Batting with the bases loaded and nobody out in the Burlington Catholic 3rd inning. Jamie Soik from the stretch. He delivers. Low and inside. Bounds away from Tanner Catry, but not very far, and so there will be no advance. Tanner pounced on that baseball pretty quickly, and Labady at third base holds his ground. The count on Blaine Lancourt, 1 ball and 1 strike. Runners at all 3 bases take their leads. Jamie Soik working from the stretch. His 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball got the inside corner for a called strike 2. Lancourt actually turned away from that pitch, but it was in the strike zone. And he's now behind 1-2. Soik gets his sign from Catry, checks the runners, and delivers foul behind home plate. Lancourt got a piece of it and stays alive at 1-2. A real tough challenge here for Abbotsford's freshman pitcher, Jamie Soik. The bases loaded and nobody out. Runners take their leads once again. Lancourt steps out on Soik and now hops back into the batter's box. Jamie back to the belt. The 1-2 pitch. Fly ball into foul territory down the left field line. Evan Seal comes over to have a look, but has no play as the ball falls in the third base bullpen. The bullpens here at Fox City Stadium are just beyond the dugouts down the first and third base lines, and they're actually indentations into the grandstand. So they're about 50 or 60 feet beyond the dugouts going towards the outfield fences, and there's a big indentation in each grandstand. Soik ready, throws again, high for a ball. 2-2 on Blaine Lancourt. So an overthrow can easily wind up in the bullpen, and at that point, the ball is ruled a dead ball, or foul pop-ups go in there a lot, and if you cross into the bullpen, it's considered out of play. Soik will toss to third base, but Labady gets back in time on a pickoff try. One of the unique features of this ballpark here in Appleton. 2-2 on Blaine Lancourt with the bases loaded. He stands in once again. Soik from the stretch. He throws, swung on and missed. A beautiful off-speed breaking ball by Jamie Soik, and Blaine Lancourt a strikeout victim. Soik's second strikeout. So that is 1 out in the Burlington Catholic third inning. Now the catcher Mike Kuhn will bat. Flied out to left field his first time up. And Kuhn had 2 singles and a double and 3 RBIs in the Hilltoppers' win against McDonald in the semifinals this morning. Soik from the stretch. He throws over for a called strike 1. LeBady at third, Kemper at second, Weiss at first with one man out. Burlington-Catholic threatening in the top of the third, trailing Abbotsford 1-0. The 0-1 to Mike Kuhn. Curveball popped up in foul territory. Tanner Catry comes over quickly but can't make the play. In fact, winds up in the Abbotsford dugout. Great hustle there by Tanner, who still has not emerged from the dugout. Now he's getting up those steps. The ball landed near the on-deck circle right outside the first base dugout. And Tanner hustling after the baseball, as was first baseman Andrew Frank, who was over there. But Tanner had the better shot, but just could not get there in time, but was running so hard, he actually ran himself headlong into the dugout. So Kuhn back in the box with a count of no balls and 2 strikes. He's a big right-handed batter. Stands in once again. Let's see what Jamie Soik throws on 0-2. He'll check the base runners and wheel play at second base, but just in time. Kemper gets back. Boy, he was leaning the other way. And Josh Soik at shortstop taking that toss almost had himself a putout. But Kemper gets back barely in time. Still the count on Kuhn, 0-2. Soik from the stretch. Now he delivers. High hopper foul down the first base side and into that first base bullpen. Still 0-2 on Mike Kuhn. Jamie Soik throwing a lot of pitches here in the third inning. That's something that Coach Leckler will keep his eye on as this evening progresses. Kuhn in the batter's box once again. Soik checks the runners. The 0-2 pitch swung on and missed for strike 3. Fastball on the outside part of the plate, and Kuhn offered and missed it. So Soik has struck out 2 in a row with the bases loaded. And now just one more hurdle to clear, and that's the first baseman, Nate Meyer, who bounced out to Andrew Frank at first base his first time up. Still the bases loaded, but now with 2 outs. Here's the pitch by Soik. Swung on and missed for strike 1. Division I state championship game all set for tomorrow. DC Everest and Appleton West. Tomorrow afternoon around 2:05 here at Fox City Stadium in Appleton. Here's the 0-1 to Nate Meyer. Another swing and a miss. And Jamie Soik ahead on the count. No balls and 2 strikes. Division II semifinals tomorrow morning, 9:05. Watertown Luther Prep meets Barron. Madison Edgewood plays West De Pere. Soik ready. The 0-2 delivery. Fly ball to center field. Cody Soik right there, and he's got it to win the inning. A great job by Jamie Soik as Burlington-Catholic Central loads the bases thanks to a double, a bunt single, and a hit batter. But then Jamie Soik strikes out 2 and induces a fly ball. Burlington-Catholic does not score. The Hilltoppers in the third. No runs, 2 hits. No errors, a hit batter, 3 runners left on base. We played 2.5 innings here in Appleton. Our score, Abbotsford 1, Burlington-Catholic 0, and we'll have more baseball action in just a moment. Well, you talk about a clutch job, a turning point in the ball game. What a great performance there by Jamie Soik as Burlington-Catholic loads the bases with nobody out. In the third inning, you would think what a harrowing experience that must be for this freshman pitcher. But instead, he strikes out 2 consecutive batters, and he didn't strike out a couple of guys off the bench. He struck out the number 2 and number 3 hitters, and then induced the cleanup man to fly out to end the inning. So quite a job there by Jamie Soik. Center fielder Cody Soik is leading off the Abbotsford third inning. Cody walked and scored the game's only run back in the first. Chris Ninehouse on the mound for Burlington-Catholic. He delivers and Cody takes it over for called strike. So our score remains Abbotsford 1, Burlington-Catholic 0. as the Falcons bat in the last half of the third inning. The 0-1 to Cody Soik, popped up on the right side in foul territory. Catcher Mike Kuhn has a play and makes the catch right in front of the Abbotsford dugout for out number 1. Looks like we have a pair of real nifty catchers in this ball game between Kuhn and Tanner Catchery. They both made some good plays on foul pop-ups, and I've had so many coaches over the years tell me that is the most difficult play a high school player can make. That foul ball hit right above his head because of the backspin, a really, really tough play. Third baseman Evan Seal, the batter, swings and misses for strike 1. I've had a number of coaches tell me that they would rather have a pitcher run off the mound into foul territory and make that play than have the catcher try it because of the backspin on the baseball. 0-1 to Seal, swung on and missed again. And Evan behind on the count, 0-2. Seal bounced out to second base. His first time up, he is 0 for 1. Chris Ninehouse pitching quite well for Burlington Catholic. Winds and delivers. Seal swings and misses. Inside fastball. And Chris Ninehouse has now struck out 2 in this ball game. 2 men down in the Abbotsford third. The batter is the Falcons catcher Tanner Catchery, who drove in the only run of this ball game with an RBI double back in the first. Here's the pitch by Ninehouse. Mitches the outside corner. It's ball 1. Abbotsford 1, Burlington Catholic 0. Falcons batting. 2 outs, nobody on. Last of the third. Ninehouse throws outside again, ball 2. 2-0. I'm sure that Burlington Catholic coach Tom O'Connell knows the reputation of Tanner Catchery and will be very, very careful with this guy. Hitting over 500. Ninehouse throws, and there's a high fly ball to left field. Alex Seehoff near the line in fair territory will glove it, and the inning is over. So an easy inning for Ninehouse. Abbotsford in the third. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on base. We've now played 3 innings in this Division III state championship game. Our score is Abbotsford 1, Burlington Catholic Central 0. We'll come back to Appleton following this message. Jamie Soik on the mound for the Abbotsford Falcons, trying to nail down a state championship for this Abbotsford High School baseball team. We have heard that there's been some pretty heavy rains in central Wisconsin. In fact, somebody said that there was even a flash flood watch in Portage County. So there must be heavy rains out there somewhere, but they've not arrived in Appleton as of yet. It's quite dry here. Been a very good day for baseball. Warm, hasn't been all that humid, and a breeze has picked up throughout the course of the afternoon and evening. And we have been very fortunate with our weather conditions so far today. Burlington Catholic batting in the top half of the fourth inning. 5, 6, and 7 hitters due up for coach Tom O'Connell. First man to face Jamie Soik is the DH Mike Fleck, who bounced back to Soik his first time up. Big left-handed batter. Jamie Soik ready, he throws. And the pitch is down low for ball 1. It's Abbotsford 1, Burlington Catholic Central 0. The Hilltoppers batting top half of the fourth. Soik throws again, misses low and outside for ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. Jamie Soik consistently throwing 70 miles an hour plus. He deals once again, low and outside for ball 3. That was 72 miles an hour. And that's not bad for a guy who's 14 or 15 years old. Remember, this guy is only a freshman and still throwing quite hard tonight. But he's behind Fleck 3-0. Jamie throws once again. Got the outside corner that time for called strike 1. Jamie has now thrown 50 pitches in 3+ innings this evening. His 3-1 pitch is on the way, and it's a bit too high for ball 4. Leadoff base runner for Burlington Catholic. That is the first walk they've been issued by Jamie Soik this evening. Left fielder Alex Seehoff, the next batter. He fouled out to catcher Tanner Catchery his first time up. Right-handed batter. Soik checks the runner and delivers. It's low and outside for ball one. Well, Jamie Soik getting behind some batters, something he certainly does not want to do. He's behind Seehoff, 1-0. Soik ready. Throws again. Fly ball down the right field line, but the second baseman Trevor Catry gets out there and shallow right to grab it for the first out. I've been very impressed by that freshman second baseman Trevor Catry. The last several games we've seen him play in that sectional last week, and then in this state championship series today. Batting next for Burlington Catholic, right fielder Brett Butler struck out his first time up. Fleck at first base with a short lead. The pitch by Soik is in and over for a called strike. Abbotsford leads it 1-0. Burlington Catholic batting top of the fourth. Toss to first base. Fleck is back. Mike Fleck is the base runner at first base with one out. 0-1 count on Brett Butler. Fleck looks like a pretty big guy. He may not be a threat to move here. Soik throws and Butler takes in the dirt, blocked by Catry. It's 1-1. I'm just guessing that Fleck probably is not to spend a lot of his off hours running the 100 hurdles. Looks like a pretty good big-sized guy. Soik throws again. Breaking ball misses down low for a ball. And Soik behind again. The count now 2-1. Burlington Catholic trying to be patient and come up with that tying run. Toss to first base again. Fleck is back in time. Brett Butler, number 7 man in the batting order. The pitch by Soik. High hopper towards short. Josh Soik has the ball go over his glove into left field. That was one of those high hoppers, and Josh got an in-between hop and didn't really know what to do with it. And the ball hopped right by him into left field. So, 2 men on with only one out in the Burlington Catholic fourth inning. And second baseman Adam Labady, the batter. He has one of the 4 Burlington Catholic hits, a 2-base hit to lead off the Hilltoppers' third inning. Coach O'Connell has called time, and I'm wondering if he's going to run for Fleck, his DH. As we mentioned, is a pretty big guy and probably does not have a lot of speed. Looks like Marcus Schellberg, a junior, will come out and run for Fleck. Marcus Schellberg is the runner at second base. So that gives Burlington Catholic some speed in that tying run position. Schellberg at second, Butler at first. With only one out, Adam Labady stands in for Burlington Catholic. Soik from the stretch. He delivers and misses low and outside for ball one. Well, Burlington Catholic with a very big threat last inning. They had the bases loaded and nobody out and could not score. Soik does not want to jam like that again. Here is his 1-0 pitch. High hopper back to Soik. He'll backhand it and toss to third base for one, and that's all they'll get. Soik came off the mound and had an easy play to third baseman Evan Seal for the force play on Schellberg for the second out of the inning. That's out number 2. Butler advances to second base. Labady, now the runner at first with 2 outs for the third baseman, Tim Kemper. Kemper bunted his way on his first time up. In fact, it was supposed to be a sacrifice that the Falcons defense misplayed, so he got a base hit out of it. Soik delivers, low and outside for ball one. It's Abbotsford 1, Burlington Catholic nothing. The Hilltoppers are batting in the top half of the fourth with runners at first and second and 2 men out. 1-0 on Tim Kemper. Jamie Soik on the mound. He's ready. He delivers. Ground ball right side. Andrew Frank can't grab it. It goes past him for a base hit. Brett Butler on his way to the home plate, and he does score the tying run, and we're even at 1 apiece. Tim Kemper with a ground ball to the right side. Andrew Frank dove from his first base position, but just could not smother the baseball. And it rolled out to shallow right field before James Leckler could handle it. Brett Butler had scored the tying run. LeBady goes around to third base on that play. So we're deadlocked at 1 apiece, and shortstop Pat Weiss, the batter for Burlington Catholic. Syke delivers, misses down low for ball 1. So we have a tie ball game here at Fox City Stadium in Appleton. Abbotsford and Burlington Catholic tied at 1 in this Division III state final. 1-0 on Pat Weiss. Syke delivers, swung on and fouled at the plate. Weiss got himself in the ankle, I believe. So he's hopping around. And the count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. That is the first run given up by Abbotsford pitching today, as Tanner Catry tossed a 2-hit shutout in the semifinal against DeSoto earlier this afternoon. The 1-1 to Weiss is over for a called strike. And the runner at first base, Kemper, steals second base unopposed. Tanner Catry bluffing the runner at third base. LeBady back to the bag. So 2 men in scoring position for Pat Weiss. Jamie Syke working from the stretch position. He looks at those runners and delivers. And Weiss fouls it behind home plate. Count on Pat Weiss, now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Weiss, the leadoff man for Burlington Catholic. He has popped to second and also has been hit by a pitch in this ballgame. Weiss back in the box. Big situation right here for both ball clubs. Syke ready. He delivers. Foul behind home plate, out of play. Abbotsford Falcons baseball on WOSQ this evening, brought to us by Abbey Bank, Harmony Country Cooperatives, and Security Health Plan of Marshfield Clinic. Still 2-2 on Pat Weiss. 2 men in scoring position with 2 outs in the 4th. Jamie Syke from the stretch. He delivers, swing and a miss on a breaking ball. Pat Weiss way out in front of a 65-mile-an-hour curveball. That's 4 strikeouts thrown by Jamie Syke this evening, and that ends this inning. But Burlington Catholic does tie the ball game. The Hilltoppers get 1 run on 2 hits, no Abbotsford errors, and 2 men left on base. There was also 1 walk in that inning. We have now played 3.5 innings in this Division III state final. Our score is now Abbotsford 1 and Burlington Catholic Central 1. More baseball from Appleton in just a moment. Appears to be a little bit of heat lightning out there. Had a rather warm evening here in Appleton. And we've been waiting for some rains to show up, but nothing as of yet. Abbotsford Falcons batting in the bottom half of the 4th inning. And first baseman Andrew Frank is the leadoff batter. 9-outs throws and gets the outside corner for a called strike 1. Abbotsford and Burlington Catholic Central tied at 1 as the Falcons bat last half of the 4th of this Division III state final. 9-outs throws again, and Frank fouls it over the screen, out of play. It's now 0-2 on Abbotsford first baseman Andrew Frank, who drew a walk his first time up.
Thanks.
So the Falcons in another tight ball game. They had a close one in the semifinals earlier today when they beat DeSoto 3-0. Ninehouse delivers, a swing and a miss. Good breaking ball by Chris Ninehouse, and Andrew Frank out on strikes. Ninehouse has struck out 3 today. Shortstop Josh Syke, the batter. Josh bounced into a 5-3 double play his first time up. That ended the Abbotsford threat in the first inning. Pitch by Ninehouse is over for a called strike. Chris Ninehouse, a right-hander throwing for Burlington Catholic. His next pitch, line to left center field. That will drop. It's a base hit. Josh Syke with a 1-out single to left field for Abbotsford. Only the Falcons' second hit of this ball game. So the batter for the Falcons, right fielder James Leckler. Leckler popped up to the first baseman his first time up. May be able to hear the wind from time to time in the background. Blowing around pretty good this evening. 9 outs from the stretch. His first offering is outside for ball 1. This is the Division III state championship game between Abbotsford and Burlington-Catholic Central. 9 outs checks the runner. 1-0 pitch. Ground ball towards short. Weiss will shovel to Labady for 1. Relay to first base is in time for the double play. 6-4-3 double play. That is the second double play turned by the Burlington-Catholic infield in this ball game. The Falcons in the fourth, no runs on a hit, no errors, nobody left on base. We've now played 4 full innings, and our score is Abbotsford 1, Burlington-Catholic 1. Back for more baseball right after this. Well, there is a meeting going on the field down the third baseline between a couple of the umpires and the coaches and some gentlemen in street clothes, who I would assume are tournament officials. And there may be concern here about some lightning which is in the area. Appears to be more heat lightning than anything else, but not being a meteorologist, I'm not sure how serious that is. But some of it looks rather close. And the umpires and these tournament officials and the coaches may be trying to decide if a stoppage in action is warranted until that lightning passes. Again, we've had no rain. We understand that those of you back in central Wisconsin in some areas have received some pretty heavy rain this afternoon and this evening, and there's more lightning around the area right now. We've not had that. It's been completely dry here. No wet weather whatsoever, no precipitation at all. But now we do see some lightning in the area, and the tournament officials may be concerned about the implications of having lightning around. We have a couple of guys on the field with walkie-talkies. In fact, 3 guys with walkie-talkies all talking to somebody, either up in the stands or up in the press box. And I think Coach Larry Leckler is now instructing his ball players to leave the field. We do have lightning in the area, and so because of that, this game may be suspended for a period of time. And we don't know if they're going to try to replay it or finish it this evening or call it a night and come back tomorrow. That's always a possibility as well. But I would expect that they will make every effort to keep this game going. Here's an announcement. Hold on, please.
Play will be suspended at this point. The game will restart tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. We will be turning the field.
Well, we've just been instructed that due to impending storms, this game has been suspended and will be resumed at 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. How about that? So I guess we'll be back here in Appleton tomorrow. Because of storms threatening this area, this game will be suspended as of right now and apparently will resume tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. With this situation, Abbotsford and Burlington-Catholic Central tied at 1 in this Division III state championship contest. It's a 1-1 tie between Abbotsford and Burlington-Catholic as Burlington-Catholic prepares to bat in the top half of the 5th inning. And apparently we'll be back here at about 9 o'clock tomorrow morning to resume play. So we're going to take a break here, get some official word on what's going on here, and kind of recap the activity before we close out. So why don't we pause for a couple of messages. Once again, play suspended in the top half of the 5th inning of this Division III state championship game. Our score as of right now, Abbotsford 1, Burlington-Catholic 1. We'll come back in just a moment. mound as this ball game resumes. And we are set to begin play once again. Burlington-Catholic batting in the top half of the 5th inning. And their first hitter will be the center fielder Blaine Lancourt, who singled in the first inning of this ball game last night and also struck out in the 3rd, so he is 1 for 2. He's a left-handed batter. Soik winds and throws, and the pitch is off the plate for ball 1. We resume action in this WIAA Division III state championship game. The 1-0 to Lancourt is outside for ball 2, 2-0. For Abbotsford, Andrew Frank at first base, Trevor Catry at second, Josh Soik at short, Evan Seal at third. Jamie Soik delivers, and it's over for a called strike. James Leckler in right field, Cody Soik in center, Jesse Haywish in left, Tanner Catry behind the plate. The 2-1 to Lancourt. Got the outside corner. It's a called strike 2. Longtime coach Tom O'Connell on the lines at third for Burlington Catholic Central. The 2-2 to Lancourt. He swings and misses. Ball dropped by Catry. He'll fire to Frank in time, and Lancourt is retired. So Soik has struck out 5 in this ball game. And now the batter for Burlington Catholic, catcher Mike Kuhn, who has flied to left and struck out. Playing 2 days of baseball at Fox City Stadium in Appleton. Kuhn, a big right-handed batter. Soik delivers, low and outside for ball 1. Well, the weather conditions today, much different than we had yesterday when it was quite warm. Not really humid, but it was a warm day. Soik throws again. Fly ball to right field. That will drop in front of Leckler for a base hit. Mike Kuhn is on with a 1-out single. That is 6 hits allowed by Jamie Soik. 4 of those hits, by the way, last night against Jamie were by the bottom 3 batters in the batting order. Mike Kuhn is the catcher, so he'll be replaced by a courtesy runner, Sean Sipple. Sean Sipple comes in, and he will run for Kuhn at first base. The batter for Burlington Catholic is Nate Meyer. The cleanup man and first baseman has bounced to the first baseman and fly to center field. Yes, it was quite warm yesterday, but cool today. Temperatures right around the 60-degree mark. Very gray and overcast. Soik delivers and misses outside for ball 1. Abbotsford and Burlington Catholic tied at 1 as we resume this Division III state final here in Appleton. The 1-0 to Meyer. Over for a called strike. 1 ball and 1 strike. Sean Sipple at first base with 1 out. In the top half of the 5th, Soik tosses to first and Sipple back in time. The wind has also changed somewhat. It was rather light throughout most of the day yesterday, but gradually increased and was blowing pretty hard out to left field by the time play ended yesterday. Bunt third base side. Soik has it. Tosses to Andrew Frank at first base in time. Meyer is retired, and Sipple moves up to second base. I'm not sure that should be a sacrifice. Meyer did not look like he was attempting to sacrifice on that play. Looked like he was bunting for a base hit and was tossed out by pitcher Jamie Soik. That is the 2nd out of the inning. And the DH, Mike Fleck, will now bat for Burlington Catholic. He has walked and bounced back to Soik in this ballgame. Sean Sipple now the go-ahead run at second base with 2 outs. Soik checks the runner and delivers, and Fleck takes it low and outside for ball 1. Abbotsford Falcons baseball on WOSQ this morning. Brought to us by Hackles Nursery and Landscaping, Mid-Wisconsin Bank, and Healthview Eye Care Center in Colby. Here's a high hopper over the mound. It will get into center field for a base hit. Sipple rounds third. He will score the go-ahead run, and Burlington Catholic leads 2-1. Mike Fleck comes through with a high hopper right over Jamie Soik's head and on into center field. An RBI base hit, scoring Sean Sipple from second base and giving Burlington Catholic a 2-1 lead, their first lead in this contest. New man is coming into the ball game here. The scheduled batter is Alex Seehoff, the left fielder. They may have a runner here for the DH Fleck, and I'm wondering if that would take him out of the ball game because there was a pinch runner for Fleck in last night's contest as well. But we will have a runner. Brad Lois comes in, and I wouldn't be surprised if Lois turns out to be the pitcher when Abbotsford bats in the bottom half of this inning, because he was warming up along with Ninehouse in the Burlington-Catholic bullpen before the start of this ball game. So Coach O'Connell may decide to go with Lois as his pitcher and just insert him into the lineup. Toss to first base, and Lois dives in. So Alex Seehoff now the batter for Burlington-Catholic, and he has fouled to the catcher and popped to second base today. The pitch by Jamie Soik over for a called strike. Burlington-Catholic now leads Abbotsford in this Division III state final 2-1. The Hilltoppers batting in the top half of the fifth inning. Runner at first base and 2 outs. Soik ready, he throws again. Breaking ball low and inside. And the count on Seehoff, 1 ball and 1 strike. We mentioned the wind has turned, now blowing out towards right field. Quick throw to first base, and Lois back in time, so we have more of a westerly wind than a southerly wind that we had yesterday. 1-1 on Alex Seehoff. He'll stand back in the box. Jamie Soik from the stretch. The runner is going. Pitch is hit towards third base and off of Evan Seal's glove. He has no play. Everybody's safe. And Burlington-Catholic has runners at first and second. That will be an error on Abbotsford third baseman Evan Seal. The first error of the day for the Falcons. Hard hit ground ball, but Evan Seal right there in position to make the play, and the ball glanced off his arm or shoulder and kicked out towards the shortstop area, but no play could be made. And now right fielder Brett Butler stands in for Burlington-Catholic. Soik delivers that pitch over for a called strike 1. Lois now at second base, and Seehoff is at first. 2 outs here in the fifth. Soik throws again. Curveball hit towards second base. Trevor Catry has the ball go right through his legs. And Lois will score. Seehoff goes to third base. And that gives Burlington-Catholic a 3-1 lead. Trevor had to go to the second base bag to make the play, but it looked like he was in position to get there. But the ball skipped right through him and on into right center field. So consecutive errors by Abbotsford infielders has given Burlington-Catholic an extra run as Lois scores on that play. Seehoff motors around to third base. Butler now at first. Adam LeBady the batter. Runner at first base is going. There's a throw instead to third base, but Seal is well off the bag, and so he cannot apply a tag on Seehoff. Butler steals second base. Nothing and 1 on Adam LeBady, with 2 Burlington-Catholic runners in scoring position. Soik from the stretch, he delivers. Popped foul over the screen, out of play. And the count now 0-2. So the Abbotsford Falcons will have to come from behind in this one to win this contest. They're now trailing by 2. Only 1 run will be earned this inning. But Burlington-Catholic looking for more. The 0-2 to LeBady. Breaking pitch missed just a bit high, not by a whole lot. But the count on LeBady now a ball and 2 strikes. Jamie Soik going from the stretch. He'll check those runners again and deliver all the way to the screen. Gets away from Catry. Another run is in. And Burlington-Catholic goes up 4-1. That is a wild pitch, a pitch that was low and outside, and Catry could not block it. So Seehoff scores, and Butler moves up to third base. It's a 2-2 count now on LeBady. Well, this has turned out to be a disastrous fifth inning for the Abbotsford defense. Soik from the stretch. He throws a breaking pitch up and in. 3 balls and 2 strikes now on Adam Labady. The 7th man to bat for Burlington Catholic this inning. Soik throws again, a swing and a miss, strike 3, and this inning is finally over. But a real tough inning for the Abbotsford Falcons. Burlington Catholic gets 3 runs, only 1 of which was earned. There were 2 hits in the inning, but also 2 very costly errors and 1 runner left on base. So we've now played 4.5 innings here at Fox City Stadium in Appleton. Our score is Burlington Catholic 4 and Abbotsford 1. We will return to Appleton in just a moment. Well, as is usually the case, my speculation on the Burlington Catholic pitching situation is incorrect because Chris Ninehouse, who started last night and through the first 4 innings, is in the ball game, and he is getting loose. Ninehouse, pretty effective as a starter for the Hilltoppers last night. He threw the first 4 innings, gave up 1 run. It was earned on 2 hits, walked 3, and struck out 3. And he is back out there to resume his stint on the mound. The 7, 8, and 9 hitters coming up for Abbotsford this inning: Jamie Soik, Jesse Haywish, and Trevor Cattry. So each team deciding to use the pitcher that it started last night as this game resumes this morning. Although each team has had other pitchers warming up. In fact, Andrew Frank is getting loose in the Abbotsford bullpen right now. Jamie Soik in the batter's box for the Falcons to lead off the bottom half of the 5th. Ninehouse throws, a swing and a miss for strike 1. Burlington Catholic now leads this Division III state championship game 4-1 as Abbotsford bats in the bottom half of the 5th. Here is the 0-1 delivery. Fly ball down the right field line. Long run for Brett Butler. He won't get there, but the ball falls foul anyway, just outside the line. And Jamie Soik holding his batting helmet as he returns to the batter's box, wishing that that ball would have fallen in fair territory. He may have had a 2-base hit. There is a lot of water, by the way, in right field. And we can see that there is a big puddle on the warning track in the right field corner. But also walking around the ballpark earlier, we noticed there were some standing water areas in right field. Ninehouse back to the plate, and he throws, and there's a high fly ball to left field. Alex Seehoff is there, and he'll grab it. And Soik is retired. That's 1 out in the Abbotsford 5th inning. Left fielder Jesse Haywish, the batter. Even watching Butler run after that foul fly ball hit by Soik a few moments ago, he kicked up a lot of water out there, so it's awfully wet, at least in right field. Jesse Haywish stands in. The pitch from Ninehouse. Breaking ball. Misses high and inside. It's ball 1. Jesse with a base on balls, his first time up back in last night's 2nd inning. The pitch by Ninehouse. It's over. It's a called strike. 1-1. That was a fastball by Ninehouse. He threw that one 71 miles an hour, so he's got some decent speed this morning. Ninehouse ready once again. His 1-1 delivery. A chopper right back to the pitcher. Ninehouse grabs it, throws him out for out number 2. Jesse Haywish retired, and Abbotsford's second baseman Trevor Cattry now stands in. Trevor fouled out to the catcher his first time up. Crowd is rather sparse, as you might expect this morning, although there are a good number of Burlington Catholic fans on hand. Here's the pitch by Ninehouse. Ground ball towards third and glove by Tim Kemper. He'll fire low across the diamond, and Cattry is safe as the first baseman Meyer dropped the ball. That was a low throw. He could not snag it, and Cattry is on, and they will give the error on that play to the first baseman Meyer. The throw apparently not in the dirt, and consequently Cattry was able to beat it out. The first error of the day for Burlington Catholic. A 2-out base runner for Abbotsford, and center fielder Cody Soik will stand in. Cody has walked and scored and fouled to the catcher in this ball game. We'll see if Trevor Catry is on the move here. Here's the pitch by Ninehouse. Breaking pitch, misses high and tight for ball one. Baseball coming up this afternoon on AM 1450 WDLB. Toss to first base, Catry back. Brewers and Seattle at Miller Park today. Our broadcast gets underway at 12:30 this afternoon right here on AM 1450 WDLB. Ground ball back up the middle. It goes into center field for a base hit. Catry holds at second base. A single to center field for Cody Soik. And so the Abbotsford Falcons have a two-out threat here in the fifth inning. The error allowing Catry to reach. And now the base hit by Soik, the third hit in this ball game off of Chris Ninehouse. The batter now for Abbotsford, third baseman Evan Steele. He has bounced to second and struck out in this game. Ninehouse from the stretch, he delivers. Line shot just foul down the third base line. Evan really turned on that one and hit a screecher down that third base line into the left field corner, but it was foul by a couple of feet. 0-1 on Evan Steele. Abbotsford now trailing Burlington-Catholic 4-1 in this Division III semifinal. But the Falcons have a threat going. Trevor Catry is at second base. Cody Soik at first with 2 outs. And the count on Evan Steele, no balls and 1 strike. Chris Ninehouse on the mound for Burlington-Catholic. Working out of the stretch position, the Falcon runners take their leads. Here's the pitch. It's a breaking ball, and it's low and outside for ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike on Evan Steele. Has a chance to really help his ball club with a base hit here. Ninehouse throws again. Ground ball towards third. Kemper will grab it. He bobbles it. Now double pumps and throws late, and Steele beats it out. Everybody is safe. The third baseman, Kemper, had all sorts of problems coming up with the baseball. He bobbled it, juggled it, then double pumped on the throw. By the time he got the ball over to first base, Evan Steele had crossed the bag. Everybody is safe. Trevor Catry at third. Cody Soik takes second, and Steele at first. The base is loaded, and look who's up for Abbotsford. It's the dangerous Tanner Catry. Who else would you want up in a situation like this? Ninehouse from the stretch. He throws low and outside, ball 1. Well, Abbotsford committing 2 errors in the top half of this inning. And now Burlington-Catholic returning the favor. The bases loaded, 2 outs, Tanner Catry at the plate. Here's the 1-0. That pitch is over. It's a called strike. 1-1 on Tanner, who has an RBI double in this ball game and has also flied out to left field. A great RBI situation here for Tanner Catry. Ninehouse from the stretch. He throws in the dirt. Ball 2. 2-1. Of course, Burlington-Catholic knows Tanner's reputation, and so they're going to be very careful with this guy, although you can't be too careful with the bases loaded. The count on Catry, 2-1. Ninehouse throws again. A fly ball foul down the right side, out of play. And the count on Catry now evens, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Abbotsford down by 3, but the base is loaded and 2 outs. And Tanner Catry at the plate here in the 5th. Tanner back in the batter's box. Ninehouse from the stretch, looks at those runners and throws and misses high for ball 3. Count is out full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. And with 2 outs, those runners will be off with the pitch. Tanner stands in once again, and now the catcher, Mike Kuhn, wants time. And he'll go out to the mound and speak with Chris Ninehouse. A real clutch situation for both ball clubs. Burlington-Catholic now up by 3. But with 1 swing of the bat, Tanner Catry can put the Falcons right back into this ball game. And he does have 13 home runs this season. Bases loaded, 2 outs in the 5th. Catry back in the box. Ninehouse taking his time, now goes into his stretch. Here's the full count pitch. High hopper toward short. Weiss comes in. The ball goes off his glove and into left field. Trevor Catry is in. Cody Soik is in as well. And Abbotsford scores twice, and they now trail by 1. That will be an error on the shortstop, Pat Weiss. It was a high hopper, and he tried to short hop the ball. It went by him into left field, and 2 runs score on the play. Trevor Catry comes in from third, and Cody Soik is in from second base. Evan Seal goes around to third. 3 consecutive Burlington Catholic errors in this 5th inning. And the Falcons now down by a run, trailing 4-3, and Andrew Frank standing in the batter's box. 9 outs working from the stretch. The pitch to Frank. Misses the outside corner. It's ball 1. So Seal at third, Tanner Catry at first, still with 2 outs. But Abbotsford now down by a run, trailing 4-3. 1-0 to Andrew Frank. Tanner's going. Pitch is over for a called strike. Throw to third base is dropped and runs into left field, and Seal is up and he'll score the tying run, and Catry goes all the way to third base. Burlington Catholic has committed 4 consecutive errors here in the 5th inning. Tanner Catry took off with the pitch, and the catcher Mike Kuhn threw down to third base in an effort to pick off Evan Seal, but the ball glanced off the glove of third baseman Tim Kemper, rolled into left field. Seal got up and scored the tying run, and Catry goes all the way to third base. He is now the go-ahead run 90 feet away. The count on Andrew Frank is 1-1. 9 outs from the stretch. He throws, and Frank takes it outside for ball 2, 2-1. Well, we wondered if the pitchers were ready to pitch this morning, and they've been pretty good. But apparently the fielders weren't ready to field. Abbotsford with 2 errors in the top half of this inning. Burlington Catholic has answered with 4 errors in the bottom half. The 2-1 to Frankie swings and misses. All runs given up by Ninehouse this inning are unearned. Only 1 hit for Abbotsford here in the 5th inning, but they've scored 3 times. 2-2 on Andrew Frank, left-handed batter. Ninehouse checks Catry at third. The pitch on the way, breaking ball missed the corner. Outside for ball 3, 3-2. So new life for the Abbotsford Falcons. Remember, this all occurred with 2 outs. Here is the full count pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 3, and that will end the inning. But the Abbotsford Falcons right back in the ball game here in the 5th. The Falcons score 3 runs, all unearned. 1 hit, 4 Burlington Catholic errors, 1 man left on base. Now after 5 innings, our score is Abbotsford 4 and Burlington Catholic 4. We'll resume play from Appleton in just a moment. Every day. A big Al Keyline fan. Well, he was a great ball player. You could certainly have worse heroes than Al Keyline. He was a great player, a fine gentleman as well. Third baseman Tim Kemper leads off the 6th inning for Burlington Catholic against Josh Soik. Josh winds and delivers, overhand curveball. It's over for a called strike. Abbotsford and Burlington Catholic now deadlocked at 4 apiece. Burlington Catholic batting, top of the 6th. Soik throws that curveball again and misses inside for ball. It's 1-1. Josh Soik in relief of Jamie Soik. And Josh throws again. And that breaking ball is a bit low. Jamie Soik asking for an appeal to the first base umpire, but the umpire down there at first base says no. Kemper did not swing. Here's the 1-2 pitch, and that got the inside corner. It called strike 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And Kemper backs out of the box. Dale Nels, by the way, is our umpire behind home plate today. Next pitch, breaking ball falls low for ball 3, 3-2. At first base, Pete Jaskulski. Second base, Lynn Essensee. Third base, Dale Parr. Full count pitch to Kemper. Swung on and missed for strike 3. Josh Soik picks up a strikeout. Next batter for Burlington Catholic, the shortstop Pat Weiss. He has popped a second. He has been hit by a pitch and struck out 0 for 2. and he is the leadoff man for Burlington Catholic. Josh Soik winds and delivers. Breaking ball over, a called strike. Well, you have to be very impressed with the way Josh Soik gets that overhand curveball into the strike zone. Here is his 0-1 delivery. That one is a bit outside. The count now 1-1. That was a fastball thrown at 70 miles an hour. So Josh brings it up there pretty good as well. His 1-1 on the way. There's the curveball hit towards center field. Tanner Katry goes out from shortstop and gloves it for out number 2. Real nice play by Tanner going out to shallow left center field to make the over-the-shoulder catch. Weiss is retired. The batter for Burlington Catholic is the center fielder Blaine Lancour. Lancour with a base hit back in the first inning. He's also struck out twice. 1 for 3 for the afternoon. Here's the pitch by Soik. Breaking ball, misses inside, ball 1. Abbotsford and Burlington Catholic tied at 4 in the state championship game. Next pitch is outside for ball 2. Ball 2. 2-0. Burlington Catholic batting. Top of the 6th, bases empty, 2 outs. Lancour had a problem with his batting helmet, so he steps out on Josh Soik. The count 2 balls, no strikes. He's back in the box once again. And Soik delivers. And it misses a bit low for ball 3. 3-0 on Blaine Lancour. Well, Burlington Catholic and Abbotsford both scored 3 runs last inning. Here's the pitch low and outside, ball 4. And Blaine Lancour draws a 2-out walk. And both of those rallies last inning occurred after 2 out. Mike Kuhn will bat now for Burlington Catholic. The Hilltoppers catcher singled and scored last inning. He has also struck out and flied to left field today. Josh Soik working from the stretch. He'll toss to first base. Lancour is back. Marshfield American Legion baseball team is in town this weekend. Blue Devils playing on Friday night. Tomorrow night, Soik delivers. Curveball missed outside for ball 1. Marshfield and River Falls in a twilight doubleheader at Jack Hackman Field tomorrow evening. Game time for game 1 is 6 p.m. Throw to first base, and again, Lancour is back. Marshfield Chaparral is playing over there at Jack Hackman Field tonight against the Eau Claire Cavaliers. Game time 7:30. 1-0 on Mike Kuhn. The runner is going. Pitch is outside for a ball, and the throw to second base goes into center field. Lancour is up on his way to third. He'll get there safely. Stolen base by Blaine Lancour. A throwing error on catcher Jamie Soik, as he threw the ball well above the head of second baseman Trevor Katry. The count on Kuhn, 1 ball and 1 strike. Josh Soik working from the windup. He delivers. Gets away from Jamie Soik, but not very far. The pitch was down low for a ball. 2-1. Kuhn stands in again. Soik delivers. Ground ball down the third baseline. Backhanded by Seal on the bag. Throws to first base in time. Good job there by Evan Seal, who had to stand on the bag to backhand it and then fire across the diamond in time. A superb defensive play by Evan Seal to end this inning. Burlington Catholic in the 6th. No runs, no hits, no errors, a walk, 1 man left on base. After 5.5, Abbotsford 4, Burlington Catholic 4, and more baseball in just a moment. Well, the Abbotsford Falcons need 1 run to take the lead once again in this ball game. Chris Ninehouse still on the mound for Burlington Catholic. The Falcons were certainly aided last inning with 4 Burlington Catholic errors, which led to 3 unearned runs and allowed the Falcons to retie the contest at 4 apiece, and that's where we stand as Abbotsford bats in the bottom half of the 6th. Abbotsford coach Larry Leckler walking around in front of the dugout near the on-deck circle. 8 years as the head baseball coach at Abbotsford High School, and has built one of the real strong teams in the Marywood Conference. And that's hard to do because the Marywood is so strong. We did see Bill Coker down here yesterday. The head baseball coach at Stratford High School was here taking in the action. And he has a great program, as they have in some other Marywood communities. Pittsville has their great baseball program. They've been very, very strong, of course, in recent years. And Rib Lake has had some outstanding baseball. The Spencer Rockets under Kip Nordstrom, a real strong program over the years. Josh Soik stands in. Ninehouse throws a deep drive to left field. Seehoff back to the edge of the track, and he'll grab it for the out. A long drive by Josh Soik, but he comes up just short for out number 1. And now the batter, the right fielder, James Leckler. Yeah, there are some very good baseball teams in the Marywood Conference. If you come through the Marywood, you're a pretty good ball club. Leckler stands in. Ninehouse delivers. Hot shot towards second base. Glove by LeBady. He'll throw out Leckler for out number 2. So 2 pitches and 2 outs in the Abbotsford 6th inning. And Jamie Soik will now bat. Jamie now stationed at catcher for the Falcons. He has struck out and flied to left today. The pitch by Ninehouse. Fastball a bit high for ball 1. Abbotsford and Burlington-Catholic tied up at 4. Falcons batting last half of the 6th. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Breaking ball, got the inside corner, a called strike. 1-1 on Jamie Soik. Bases empty and 2 outs. Another Falcon now getting loose in that first base bullpen. Ninehouse winds and delivers and leaves that pitch a bit low. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. Jamie Soik back in the box, and Ninehouse delivers. High chopper over Ninehouse's head, rolls out towards shortstop. Grabbed by Weiss, he fires, and just in time. A real nice play by Burlington-Catholic shortstop Pat Weiss to grab that high hopper over the mound and throw out Jamie Soik to end the inning. In the 6th for Abbotsford, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. We go to the 7th inning of this state championship game with Abbotsford and Burlington-Catholic tied at 4. We'll return in just a moment. Well, Burlington-Catholic fans on their feet to salute the Hilltoppers as they came off the field at the end of that half inning. They come to bat in the 7th inning of this Division III state championship game, needing 1 run to take the lead. Some real fine ball clubs down here in the Division II portion of this tournament, and they'll play those semifinals after the conclusion of this ball game. Barron will take on Watertown Luther Prep, and West De Pere will meet Madison Edgewood, with the state championship game late this afternoon following the Division I final between DC Everest and Appleton West. That DC Everest ball club, quite an explosive offensive team, and they are fun to watch, unless you're the opposing pitcher. Leadoff man for Burlington-Catholic in the 7th, first baseman Nate Meyer. 0 for 3, Meyer has bounced to first, fly to center, and has been thrown out trying to bunt. The pitch from Josh Soik, fouled back to the screen for strike 1. This is the WIAA Division III state championship game. Burlington-Catholic Central batting in the top half of the 7th inning. The Hilltoppers and the Abbotsford Falcons tied at 4. Josh Soik on the mound for Abbotsford. He throws, and his fastball missed the outside corner. 1 ball and 1 strike. There's Coach Leckler pacing the Abbotsford dugout again. Here's a Fastball popped up on the right side, and Andrew Frank behind the first base bag will grab it for the first out in fair territory. Meyer pops out. Batting now for Burlington Catholic, Brad Lois, who is the new DH. He came in the ball game back in the 5th, running for the original DH, Mike Fleck. And so Lois now inherits that position. The pitch by Soik, breaking ball over for a call and strike. Fleck was also on base in the 4th inning last night, and Burlington Catholic used a pinch runner for him at that instance as well. Next pitch chopped towards third. Seal has it go off his shin, picks it up, and has no play. So Lois is on. That'll be an error on Evan Seal. And the Falcons now have committed 5 errors in this ball game. That gives Burlington Catholic a 1-out base runner. Left fielder Alex Seehoff, the batter. Soik checks the runner. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball is over for a called strike. Abbotsford and Burlington Catholic knotted up at 4 apiece. Burlington Catholic batting. Here's a pickoff throw, almost errant by Soik. He threw the ball quite high, and Frank had to jump as high as he could to snare that one. Burlington Catholic batting. Top of the 7th. Lois at first base with 1 out. The 0-1 to Seehoff, and our first base umpire has called a balk. The first base umpire, Pete Jaskolski, calls a balk on Josh Soik. He may have flinched as he made his move towards home plate. So that puts Lois the go-ahead run at second base. Count on Seehoff, 0-1. Go-ahead run in scoring position for Burlington Catholic. Soik delivers, and Seehoff bunts it foul behind home plate. Now 0-2. We mentioned that Fleck, the DH, had a pinch runner for him last night, and then he re-entered the ball game, came up in the 5th inning today, and singled and had another pinch runner. So you cannot re-enter the ball game twice. So once that pinch runner comes in the second time, you are out of the game. Soik's 0-2 pitch on the way. Curveball just missed the outside corner. It's now 1-2 on Seehoff. So that's why Lois, who ran for Fleck back in the 5th inning, is now inserted as the DH. 1-2 on Seehoff. Soik checks that to base runner. Pitch on the way. Chopped foul down the third base side. Seehoff barely got a piece of it, but stays alive at 1-2. Pitchers and catchers are different. They have courtesy runners, which can be taken in and out at any time. So if you get on base 7 times, you can have a courtesy runner 7 times if you're the pitcher. Soik throws again high for a ball, 2-2. But for the other position players, aside from pitcher and catcher, they can only re-enter once, and otherwise they're done. 2-2 on Seehoff. Soik delivers. Ground ball towards third. Seal gets a nice hop. Looks the runner back. Throws to first base in time. And now Lois comes to third base, and he will get there. Seehoff is thrown out on the ground ball to third, the second out of the inning. So Burlington Catholic has the go-ahead run at third base with 2 outs. And right fielder Brett Butler, the batter. Butler has struck out, singled and scored, and reached on an error. 1 for 3. Soik from the stretch. He delivers a curveball high for ball 1. Abbotsford Falcons baseball on WOSQ, brought to us by the Abbeyland Truck Stop and Curtis Travel Center, Community Bank of Central Wisconsin, and Marshfield Clinic. Soik throws again, breaking ball. Missed outside for ball 2, 2-0. Burlington Catholic now has the lead run at third base with 2 outs in the 7th. And Soik delivers. Breaking ball is over for a called strike. 2-1 on Brett Butler. Josh Soik pitching in relief of Jamie Soik, using a lot of breaking balls, that big overhand curve that he likes to throw. Here is his 2-1 delivery. That missed the outside corner. It's ball 3, now 3-1 on Butler. Josh Soik working from the stretch. He delivers once again, fouled back to the screen. Butler stays alive, the count full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. And he's walking around along the third base side, trying to compose himself. Big at bat here for Brett Butler with the potential go-ahead run 90 feet away. Soik back to the stretch. Here is the full count pitch. Missed high and outside for ball 4. And Soik just going to second base. Soik goes all the way to second base unchallenged. Larry Leckler is going to come out. Falcons are going to contend that they tried to call timeout as Butler ran between first and second, but that argument will not be allowed by the umpires. So Butler walks, runs to first base, and just keeps going all the way to second base, a play you see quite often in high school softball, but rarely in baseball. That means that there are 2 men in scoring position for second baseman Adam Labady. And Labady in this ball game has doubled, bounced into a fielder's choice, and struck out. There are 2 men out, so no need to play the infield in. Lois at third and Butler now at second base. 2 outs in the 7th. Josh Soik needs to take care of this batter, and those runners won't mean a whole lot. Labady, the number 8 man in the Burlington-Catholic batting order. He stands in. Soik from the stretch. He throws curveball over a called strike 1. Burlington-Catholic and Abbotsford tied at 4 in this Division III state championship game. 0-1 on Labady. Soik delivers. Breaking ball, high and outside, ball 1. 1-1. Hilltoppers have runners at second and third with 2 outs. 1-1 the count on Labady. Soik delivers again. Curveball is wrapped to center field, but caught behind the second base bag by Catry to end the inning. A line shot back up the middle, but Tanner Catry got there to glove it, and that will end the threat. In the 7th for Burlington Catholic, no runs, no hits, 1 error, 1 walk, and 2 men left on base. We go to the bottom half of the 7th inning of this state championship game with Abbotsford and Burlington Catholic tied at 4. And we'll return to Fox City Stadium right after this. Well, you can't say Burlington Catholic has not had their chances, as they have now left 10 runners on base in this ball game. They have left at least 1 man on base in every inning except the second. But the Abbotsford Falcons have a chance to win this ball game here in the 7th by scoring a run. A new pitcher is on the mound for Burlington Catholic. Brad Lois, who has been inserted as the DH, is now pitching for the Hilltoppers, replacing Chris Ninehouse, who through the first 6 innings gave up 4 runs, only 1 of which was earned, on only 3 hits. He also walked 3, and he struck out 4. And Brad Lois, the new pitcher for Burlington Catholic. Lois is 2-3 with an ERA of 7.05. This will be his 14th game of the year. He's thrown 37 innings, allowed 29 earned runs on 54 hits, walked 27, struck out 35. Right-hander Brad Lois, the new pitcher for Burlington Catholic Central. And the Abbotsford Falcons, by pushing across a run, can win the state championship game here in the 7th. They have Haywish, Trevor Catry, and Cody Soik due up this inning. Abbotsford fans now getting to their feet, cheering on the Falcons, who have the chance to win that state title right here. Jesse Haywish has walked and bounced back to the pitcher in this game, 0 for 1. Jesse's a right-handed batter. Lois ready, winds and delivers, and that pitch is low for ball 1. This is the 7th inning of the WIAA Division III State Championship game. Abbotsford batting last half of the 7th. The Falcons and Burlington-Catholic tied at 4. Lois ready. The 1-0 to Haywish. Inside, ball 2. Of course, Falcon fans will remember Jesse Haywish for many, many years for his big 2-run homer last Tuesday to tie that Division III sectional semifinal against Coleman. The 2-0 pitch on the way, high and tight for ball 3. The Falcons eventually won that ball game on Tanner Cattry's home run in the 9th, then won the sectional final against Pittsville, and here they are in the state championship game. 3-0 on Jesse Haywish. Brad Lois into his motion. Jesse taking all the way, and he looks at ball 4 down low. Now, Lois has been bothered by some control problems this season. We mentioned he has thrown 37 innings and walked 27. Not a real great ratio. And Burlington Catholic coach Tom O'Connell coming to the mound right now. Jesse Haywish at first base, and he is the winning run at first base in this state championship game. The batter for Abbotsford will be the second baseman, Trevor Cattry. The freshman second baseman has fouled the catcher and reached on an error and scored in this game. Been a great spring sports season for Burlington Catholic Central. Their softball team won the Division III state championship, rather the Division IV state title. Last weekend, we saw that softball team last Friday as they beat the Loyal Greyhounds in the state semifinals 12-0, then beat Oakfield in the state championship game the next day 4-3. We're set to resume action. Cattry shows bunt and takes over for a called strike 1. Abbotsford batting in the last half of the 7th inning in this Division III state championship game. Tied at 4, Jesse Haywish at first base with nobody out. 0-1 on Trevor Cattry. He shows bunt again and does bunt, but foul. And the count on Trevor now, no balls and 2 strikes. Abbotsford wins its first ever Division III baseball championship if they get Jesse Haywish in from first base. Jesse gets a good lead, and Lois will look at him. The 0-2 to Cattry. Runner is going, and Trevor pops it foul down the third base side, out of play. Jesse Haywish was off with the pitch. Abbotsford is 3 of 3 on stolen base attempts in this ball game. Count on Trevor Cattry remains no balls and 2 strikes. Haywish with pretty good speed down there at first base, held on by first baseman Nate Meyer. Gets a good lead. Lois checks him. He's going, pitches outside. It's a pitch out. Throw down to second base is high and into center field. And there's Haywish on his way to third base. There's the throw in time, and he is out. Haywish tossed out, attempting to go to third base on the overthrow. The center fielder, Blaine Lancourt, making a strong throw to third baseman Tim Kemper, and Haywish retired for the first out of the inning. The count on Trevor Cattry, 1-2. It was a pitch out. Here's the pitch by Lois. Trevor Cattry swings and misses, and suddenly there are 2 men out in the Abbotsford 7th inning. Center fielder Cody Syke, the batter. The center fielder Lancourt backed up that overthrow very, very quickly. Cody Syke stands in. The pitch from Lois in the dirt, ball 1. So the base is now clear and 2 out. In the Abbotsford 7th inning, we're still tied at 4. in this Division III state final. 1-0 on Cody Soik. He has scored 2 runs in this ball game. Lois throws again and got the outside corner, at called strike. Cody has walked and scored, foul to the catcher, singled and scored. Count on Cody even, 1-1. Lois throws again, popped foul, first base side, and out of play. And the count on Cody Soik, a ball and 2 strikes. Well, extra innings, a definite possibility in this Division III state championship game. Count on Cody Soik, a ball and 2 strikes. Brad Lois ready, winds and throws, ground ball towards second. LeBady will grab it, throw to first base in time, and we will go to extra innings here at Fox City Stadium in Appleton. Abbotsford in the 7th, no runs, no hits, no errors, a walk, nobody left on base. After 7 full innings of baseball, our score, Abbotsford 4, Burlington-Catholic Central 4, and we'll have more baseball action in just a moment. Well, extra inning ball games, rather a rarity in state championship contests. There has not been an extra inning game in a state final since 1997, when Hortonville won the Division II state championship game in 8 innings, defeating Westby 20-12. Back in 1990, Madison Memorial won the Class A state championship game, beating Marinette 8-7 in 9 innings. In Division III or Class C, there has not been an extra inning state final since 1980, when Flambeau beat Marion 8-6 in 8 innings in the state championship game. So this does not happen very often, that we have an extra inning state final, but we have it today. Abbotsford and Burlington-Catholic Central going to extra innings in this Division III state final. Leading off the Burlington-Catholic 8th, third baseman Tim Kemper. He has 2 hits and an RBI in this ball game. Josh Soik on the mound for Abbotsford. He winds and delivers, and the pitch is down low for ball 1. Abbotsford and Burlington-Catholic tied at 4. The Hilltoppers batting top half of the 8th. 1-0 pitch, curveball, breaks a bit high for ball 2, 2-0. You are listening to Abbotsford Falcons baseball on 92.3 WOSQ, Spencer Marshfield. 2-0 from Soik, breaking ball over for a called strike. Now 2-1. Kemper is the number 9 man in the Burlington-Catholic batting order. He stands ready. Soik delivers. Breaking ball in the dirt. Ball 3. 3-1 on Tim Kemper, leading off the 8th inning for Burlington-Catholic Central. Josh Soik winds and throws. Curveball wrapped towards short. Tanner Catchery gets a bad hop, drops the ball, picks it up, throws hurriedly and late. And Kemper is on. And we'll see how they score that. That will be a hit, and deservedly so, because there was a bad hop in there. Ball was hit right at Tanner Catchery, but he got a bad hop and had to deal with that. Did knock the ball down and almost still tossed out Kemper. But Tim Kemper now has 3 hits in this ball game from that number 9 spot in the batting order. He is the go-ahead run at first base with nobody out in the 8th inning. And Burlington Catholic manager Tom O'Connell wants to make another move. And he will bring in another runner, Sean Sipple, who was the courtesy runner for Kuhn a couple of innings ago, will come in here and run for Kemper as a pinch runner. Sean Sipple pinch running for Kemper at first base. That is the go-ahead run for Burlington Catholic Central. Shortstop Pat Weiss is the batter for the Hilltoppers. In this game, Weiss is 0 for 3. He's popped to second. He has been hit by a pitch, struck out, and popped to short. Sipple at first base. Soik delivers. Bunt first base side, and it will roll foul for strike one. Good job by Andrew Frank and Josh Soik converging on that bunt down the first base side. They let it roll foul, and now 0-1 on Weiss. Sipple at first base. They're trying to get him over into scoring position. He is the potential lead run in this ball game. Weiss in the box once again. Toss to first base, and Sipple dives in. Still gray and overcast here in the Fox Valley. Cool temperatures. Strong breeze from the west. Soik delivers. Weiss shows bunt, but takes outside. And the count now 1-1. The runner at first base, Sipple, was well off the bag. And had Trevor Cattry been able to get over there, Jamie Soik may have had a pickoff try over there. Frank was charging on the bunt attempt. 1-1 on Weiss. He shows bunt again and takes over for a called strike two. 1-2 now on Weiss. We'll see if that takes the bunt play off. Sipple at first base, held there by Andrew Frank. Soik checks him. The pitch to Weiss, breaking ball. Missed a bit high for a ball. 2-2. Josh has had pretty good control on that overhand curve this afternoon. He's set once again and delivers. Curveball wrapped to the right side. Trevor Cattry makes a backhand play, tosses to Tanner on the bag for the force play on Sipple. Some outstanding defense there by the Abbotsford infield. Trevor Cattry ranging far towards the second base bag, grabbing that high hopper, and then shoveling to Tanner Cattry on the bag at second for the force play on Sipple. That is the first out of the inning. On the fielder's choice, Weiss, the base runner at first, and center fielder Blaine Lancourt, the batter. He's going. Pitch out. Throw down to second base. It's high, and that will allow Weiss to steal second base. Throw was actually there in time, but too high for Tanner Cattry to handle it. He had to leap high in the air to snare it, and Weiss slid underneath the tag. The count on Lancourt, 1-0. Burlington-Catholic has the go-ahead run in scoring position. That's Pat Weiss at second base. Soik delivers. Curveball high for ball two. Lancourt today has singled, struck out twice, and walked. 1 for 3 in this ball game. He's a left-handed batter. Soik deals again, misses inside, ball 3. Josh Soik pitching for Abbotsford in relief of Jamie Soik. 3-0 on Blaine Lancourt, and the pitch on the way. It breaks low for ball 4. 2 men on in the Burlington-Catholic 8th inning. The catcher Mike Kuhn will stand in next. Kuhn 1 for 4 in this ball game. He's flied to left, struck out, singled and scored, and bounced to third. Weiss at third, Lancourt at second with 1 man out. In a tied-up state championship game, Josh Soik from the stretch. He throws. Fly ball, center field, not deep. Cody Soik should be there. Runners are tagging, but the ball not hit very deep. Cody makes the catch and throws to Seal at third base, holding the runners. Mike Kuhn sees 1 pitch and pops it up to shallow center field. So 2 men down, and the Burlington-Catholic cleanup man, first baseman Nate Meyer, stands in. Meyer 0 for 4 in this ball game. He has bounced to first, fly to center, been tossed out trying to bunt, and popped to first. Go-ahead run at second base with 2 outs. Soik delivers. Breaking ball, it's high and outside, ball 1. This is the Division III state championship game between Abbotsford and Burlington-Catholic Central. Here's the 1-0 to Nate Meyer. He swings and misses. 1-1 the count. Burlington-Catholic batting in the top half of the 8th with runners at first and second and 2 outs, and the ball game tied at 4. Soik's 1-1 pitch popped up into shallow right field. Trevor Cattry at second base goes out. He grabs it, and the inning is over. in the 8th inning for Burlington-Catholic. No runs on 1 hit. No errors, a walk, and 2 men left on base. The Hilltoppers have now left 12 in 8 at-bats. After 7 1/2, Abbotsford 4, Burlington-Catholic 4, and more baseball following this message. For Abbotsford here in the 8th inning. In this game, Evan has bounced to second, struck out, and reached on an error and scored 0 for 3. Brad Lois winds and delivers high and tight for ball 1. Abbotsford 4 and Burlington-Catholic 4 as the Falcons bat in the last half of the 8th inning. Lois throws 1-0, and the pitch is over for a called strike. 1 ball and 1 strike. 1 run wins a state championship for the Abbotsford Falcons. Lois winds and throws again. Popped foul over the screen, out of play. 1-2 on Evan Seal. One of the many sophomores making a contribution to this Abbotsford baseball team this season. Evan back in the batter's box. Lois winds and throws, and Seal punches the ball foul down the first base side and stays alive at 1-2. Abbotsford sports fans certainly used to having great success winning state championships in girls volleyball, but this is a new situation for a boys sports team from Abbotsford. The 1-2 to Evan Seal, swung on and missed for strike 3. Second strikeout for Brad Lois in his relief stint. And now here comes the dangerous Tanner Catry with 13 home runs this season. And his home run won that Division III sectional semifinal against Coleman last Tuesday. Lois winds and throws. And a fastball right down the middle for a called strike. In this game, Tanner has an RBI double. He's also fly to left and reached on an error. He stands back in the box. The count 0-1. And now steps out on Brad Lois. Lois taking his sign from Mike Kuhn. He's now ready. The pitch to Catry. Breaking ball. Missed the outside corner. 1-1 on Tanner. With one swing, he could end it right here and give Abbotsford that state championship. I'm sure he's thinking about that. Here is the 1-1 delivery. Missed low and outside, ball 2. Burlington-Catholic also knows about Tanner's reputation, so they'll be very, very careful with this guy. 2-1 on Tanner Catry, back in the box. Lois winds and throws, and there's a line shot down the third baseline. That's a fair ball, should be extra bases. Rolls in the corner, Catry to second base with his second double of this contest. Tanner Catry rips a double down the left field line, and that is the winning run at second base with 1 out for Abbotsford. That is only the 4th hit by the Falcons in this ball game. 2 of those doubles by Tanner Catry. Well, Abbotsford again has a chance to win this ball game if they can bring in Tanner Catry from second base. The batter is first baseman Andrew Frank, who has walked and twice struck out in this game. But Andrew is the cleanup hitter for Abbotsford, batting .286. Coming into state tournament action, no home runs and 18 RBIs. So the Falcons have the state championship winning run in scoring position with 1 out in the 8th. Andrew Frank, a left-handed batter, gets in the backs, and Brad Lois to the belt, checks Catry. Here's the pitch. It's low for ball 1. Abbotsford and Burlington-Catholic are tied at 4 in the bottom half of the 8th inning of this Division III state championship game. Tanner Catry winning run at second base with 1 out, 1-0 count on Andrew Frank. The catcher Kuhn and the pitcher Lois having yet another meeting, and now they're set to resume play. 1-0 on Andrew Frank. Lois checks the runner. He delivers. High hopper towards second. It's grabbed by LeBady. He drops it, picks it up, and throws out Frank. But Catry moves to third. So with 2 outs, Abbotsford has the winning run at third base. And the batter is Josh Soik, who is now the Falcons' pitcher. Josh 1 for 3 in this game. He bounced into a double play back in the first, singled in the fourth, fly to left in the sixth. Pass ball or wild pitch wins the ball game for Abbotsford. Lois from the stretch. He delivers. And that pitch is a bit high for ball 1. 4-4 tie in the 8th inning of this Division III state championship game with 2 outs and Tanner Catry at third base. The 1-0 to Soik. Ground ball left side, grabbed by Kemper. He gets up, he fires across the diamond in time to end the inning. Real nice play by Burlington Catholic third baseman Tim Kemper, who had to go down to one knee to snare that hot shot by Josh Soik. But he came up with it, got himself up, tossed across the diamond to retire Soik and force a 9th inning of play. In the 8th for Abbotsford, no runs on 1 hit. No errors, 1 man left on base after 8 full innings of play. Our score, Abbotsford 4, Burlington Catholic 4, and we'll return to Appleton in just a moment. Well, we will have a 9th inning in this Division III state championship game between Abbotsford and Burlington Catholic Central. We are tied at 4 going into the 9th, and the leadoff man for Burlington Catholic is the pitcher Brad Lois, batting for the 2nd time today. He reached on an error his first time up. Here's the pitch from Josh Soik. Ground ball down the third baseline, backhanded by Seal. Gets up, throws to first in time. What a play again by Evan Seal at third base, who backhanded that hot shot right behind the third base bag, righted himself, and threw across the diamond to retire Lois. Superb play there by Evan Seal. 1 man down in the Burlington Catholic 9th inning. Left fielder Alex Seehoff, the batter. He is 0 for 4 in this ball game. Josh Soik delivers. Curveball. And it's a bit low for ball 1. Seehoff did reach on an error and scored a run back in the 5th inning. Soik throws again. Right down the middle, a called strike. It's now 1 ball and 1 strike. Well, we've seen some real outstanding defense during this ball game, especially after that 5th inning. Here's Soik's 1-1 bunt, third base side. That's a hard bunt, picked up by Seal. Fires to first base, but late. And Seehoff beats it out. He's aboard. Alex Seehoff with a bunt single. I don't think he'd really like to place it where he put it. He bunted the ball really too hard down the third baseline, but still Evan Seal could not come in and make the play in time. So Burlington Catholic has the go-ahead run at first base with 1 out in the 9th. And the right fielder, Brett Butler, is standing in. Soik delivers. Butler fouls it back for strike 1. Burlington Catholic is hitting in the top half of the 9th inning. This Division III state championship game tied at 4. Alex Seehoff at first base with 1 man out. 0-1 on Brett Butler. Josh Soik pitching for Abbotsford. Checks the runner. Runner is going. Pitch is low for a ball. There is no throw. Seehoff steals second base. Burlington Catholic is 7 of 7 on stolen base tries in this game. Abbotsford is 3 of 3. The count on Butler, 1-1. Soik delivers. Curveball hit in the air towards center field. Cody Soik ranges over in right center. Runner is tagging. He's called off by Leckler, the right fielder. Leckler makes the catch, but Seehoff will take third base. Brett Butler flies out to James Leckler in deep right center field for the second out. Seehoff moves on to third on that fly ball. So Burlington-Catholic has the go-ahead run at third base with 2 outs in the ninth, and the batter is second baseman Adam LeBady. LeBady 1 for 4 in this game. Soik throws. Breaking ball is low for ball 1. Each team has threatened in extra innings, but none has been able to put that winning run across home plate. Next pitch swung on and missed. 1-1 on LeBady, who did have a 2-base hit back in the third inning. He has also bounced into a fielder's choice, struck out, and lined to short. Seehoff at third, the go-ahead run. The pitch by Soik. Bunt in front of home plate. Picked up by Soik. He shovels to the catcher, and the tag is late, and Seehoff is in with the go-ahead run. A 2-out safety squeeze by Burlington-Catholic drives in the go-ahead run as LeBady lays one down in front of home plate. Josh Soik, the pitcher, ran in, grabbed it, shoveled to Jamie Soik, but by the time that ball got to home plate, Seehoff had slid in safely with the go-ahead run, giving Burlington-Catholic a 5-4 lead. We have a timeout as Larry Soik, who handles the Abbotsford pitchers, comes out, and he wants to talk to Josh Soik in this situation. Burlington-Catholic has forced across the go-ahead run with a bunt play with 2 outs in the top half of the ninth inning. They now lead 5-4. Third baseman Tim Kemper, the next batter for Burlington-Catholic. He has 3 hits and an RBI in this ball game. LeBady at first base. Soik delivers and misses outside for ball 1. The Barron fans are now arriving. Watertown Luther Prep fans getting here as well for the next game. Runner is going. Pitches down low for a ball. Throw to second base is offline. Stolen base for LeBady. So another Burlington-Catholic runner is in scoring position. The count on Kemper, 2 balls and no strikes. Soik checks the runner and throws. Low and outside, it's ball 3. 3-0 on Tim Kemper, number 9 hitter for Burlington-Catholic, but he has 3 of their 10 hits today. He shows bunt, takes all the way, and the pitch is over for a called strike. So Abbotsford will have to fight back to win this one. They have the 6, 7, and 8 hitters due up in the bottom half of this ninth inning. Here's the 3-1 delivery, popped up on the left side. Tanner Catry near the second base bag. He is there. He grabs it to end the inning. But Burlington-Catholic takes the lead here in the ninth. The Hilltoppers score 1 run on 2 hits. Both were bunt singles. No Abbotsford errors. 1 man left on base. We now head to the bottom half of the ninth inning with Burlington-Catholic leading Abbotsford 5-4. We'll return to Appleton in just a moment. Well, Burlington-Catholic Central in position to win state baseball and state softball championships in the same year. The Hilltoppers lead Abbotsford 5-4 as the Falcons come to bat in the bottom half of the ninth inning of this Division III state championship game. James Leckler, Jamie Soik, and Jesse Haywish, the scheduled batters for Abbotsford this inning. We mentioned that these 2 teams have played some real stellar defense in recent innings. The ball game resumed in the 5th. It was suspended due to heavy rains last night after 4 innings. In the 5th, Burlington-Catholic scored 3 runs thanks to 2 Abbotsford errors. In the bottom half of the 5th, the Falcons came back with 3 runs thanks to 4 Burlington-Catholic errors. But the defense has been superb since then. Here's James Leckler standing in for the Falcons. Takes a pitch low and inside, ball 1 from Brad Lois of Burlington-Catholic. 1-0 on Leckler. Lois ready. Winds and throws again. That pitch is over, a called strike. 1-1 on Leckler, who has popped to first, bounced into a double play, and grounded to second base. The count 1-1. Lois winds, he throws again. Line shot, base hit to center field. James Leckler is on with a solid single right up the middle. And so the Abbotsford Falcons do have the tying run on base. So this one's certainly not over yet. Leckler, the tying run at first base with nobody out. Jamie Soik is the batter. Jamie 0 for 3 today. He has struck out, fly to left, and bounced to short. Leckler leads at first base. Soik shows bunt, bunts down the first base side, and it's going to be picked up in fair territory by Meyer, who runs down the first base line and steps on the bag, retiring Soik. So Jamie gets the bunt down. That is the first out of the inning, but Leckler moves to second base where he is the tying run. The batter, the left fielder Jesse Haywish, has walked, bounced back to the pitcher, and walked again. Tying run at second base with one out. Lois checks the runner and delivers. High and tight, ball one. Burlington-Catholic now leading Abbotsford 5-4. The Falcons batting in the last half of the ninth inning with one out. James Leckler at second base. Lois delivers. On the inside corner, called strike, 1-1 on Jesse Haywish. A lot of pressure on all these young men out there on the playing field right now. Lois checks Leckler once again and delivers. Jesse takes it down low. It's ball two, 2-1 on Jesse Haywish. Falcons trying to fight back and tie this ball game again with a single run here in the ninth inning. More than one would give them the state championship. Lois ready, the 2-1 delivery. Popped up into shallow center field. Lancourt coming in, calling off the infielders, and he gloves it for the second out. No advance by James Leckler. So Haywish flies out to shallow center field, 2 men down, and second baseman Trevor Cattray, the last hope for the Falcons. Trevor today has fouled to the catcher, reached on an error and scored and struck out. Tough spot for this freshman infielder, Trevor Cattray, but Trevor is a .289 hitter for the year. Batting with the tying run at second base and 2 out in the ninth. Lois delivers. It's over for a called strike one. Abbotsford trailing 5-4. Falcons batting last half of the ninth. Leckler at second and 2 outs. Lois throws again and misses the inside corner. Count now 1 ball and 1 strike. Trevor Cattray looking for a base hit, which can tie up this ball game. Leckler off second base. Here's the pitch. Popped up down the third base side, foul territory. Kemper over, and he grabs it. And this ball game is over, and Burlington-Catholic Central wins the Division III state championship. Burlington-Catholic Central, Division III baseball and Division IV softball champions, all in the same season. Abbotsford in the ninth. No runs on 1 hit. No errors, 1 man left on base. Our final score today in 9 innings, Burlington-Catholic Central 5, the Abbotsford Falcons 4. And we will have a full recap on our post-game reports coming up next. Evan Seal getting his medal now. And freshman Justin Marsh will receive his medal as well. And now Coach Leckler comes out to accept the state runner-up trophy. Coach Leckler taking the trophy from Doug Chickering. And he and Tanner Cattray holding it up. A silver trophy to the Abbotsford Falcons, who take second in the state in the Division III baseball tournament. We'll give you a quick recap of what happened starting yesterday. with this ball game last night. Abbotsford scoring a single run in the first inning when Cody Soik walked, stole second, and scored on Tanner Cattry's double. That 1-0 lead held up until Burlington-Catholic scored 1 run in the fourth inning. Tim Kemper's RBI base hit drove in that run. Then after 4 innings last night, the state championship game was suspended due to lightning and inclement weather in this area, and resumed at 9 o'clock this morning with the 5th inning. Burlington-Catholic came out and immediately scored 3 runs in the 5th, thanks to a couple of hits and 2 costly Abbotsford errors that gave the Hilltoppers a 4-1 lead. But Abbotsford came right back to tie the ball game with 3 runs of their own in the bottom half of the 5th inning, all with 2 outs. Trevor Cattry reached on an error. Cody Soik singled. Evan Seal then reached on an error, loading the bases. Tanner Cattry then reached on an error. That scored 2 runs. And a 3rd run scored on an overthrow by the catcher. So there were 4 Burlington-Catholic errors in that inning, leading to 3 unearned runs for the Falcons that tied the contest at 4 apiece. We were still tied after 7 innings. Burlington-Catholic in the top of the 7th, actually in the 6th, they had a runner at 3rd base but could not score him. They had a runner at 2nd and 3rd in the 7th and could not score. And runners at 1st and 2nd in the 8th and could not score. Abbotsford had Tanner Cattry at 3rd base in the 8th, could not get him in. Then in the 9th, Burlington-Catholic pushed across the winning run with 1 out. Alex Seehoff laid down a bunt to put him on base. He stole second, went to 3rd on a fly ball, and scored on a bunt by Adam Labady, a 2-out safety squeeze, which eventually won the ball game for the Hilltoppers. Abbotsford came up to bat in the 9th. James Leckler led off with a base hit. He was sacrificed to 2nd base, but the Falcons could not bring Leckler in, and that's how the ball game ends. For Burlington-Catholic today, 5 runs on 10 hits, 4 errors. They left 13 runners on base, but still won the ball game. For Abbotsford, 4 runs, 5 hits, 5 errors, 5 left. The winning pitcher, Brad Lois, pitched the final 4 innings, allowed no runs on 2 hits, walked 1, struck out 2. He pitched in relief of Chris Ninehouse. Josh Soik takes the loss for Abbotsford. He threw the final 4 innings, gave up 1 run. It was earned on 4 hits, walked 3, and struck out 1. The top hitters in this ball game for Burlington-Catholic, Adam Labady with a single, a double, and an RBI. Tim Kemper, 3 hits and a run batted in. And those guys batted 8th and 9th in the Hilltopper lineup today. For Abbotsford, Tanner Cattry had 2 doubles and a run batted in, but the Falcons only managed 3 singles from the rest of their ball club in this contest. So that ends this ball game. The Abbotsford Falcons take 2nd place in the WIAA Division III state tournament, losing the state championship game to Burlington-Catholic Central by a score of 5-4 in 9 innings. We'll come back with some final thoughts on this state tournament in just a moment. Take 1 spot here. 1 spot. All right, Coach. Well, a tough loss for your team today in this state championship game. Nonetheless, your Abbotsford team played some very good baseball today. And can you give us your feelings about today's game and how things came out against Burlington-Catholic?
Well, this was a game that we'll look back on years from now, ask a lot of what ifs, talk about this or that play that saw the ball bounce in our favor and against us. And I guess I've been around long enough coaching and playing a little baseball. Nothing surprises you in the game. And to their credit, Catholic Central made the plays when they had to. They go home with the gold trophy, and we have to congratulate them and commend them on a job well done. But our guys, what can you say? We're just so proud of them, the way they hung in there. Small in numbers, all those younger underclassmen, they really did themselves proud down here in Appleton this week.
Coach, tell us what this entire state tournament experience meant to you and your ball players.
Oh, this is wonderful. I was just talking to my son James here a few minutes ago, and after we gave each other a big hug, it was like, this was really a great run, and who would have thought we would have got to this point? State championship game, losing extra innings, and even though we're both very disappointed, wanted so bad to win, hey, I think father, son, and just being able to share this experience together and with the rest of the team. And a lot of times these young guys, they are like sons because we've had them for so many years, and not just baseball and other sports. That what more can you ask for? I guess, without getting too philosophical, everything's relative in life, and only one team can be left standing with a championship trophy. But our guys, boy, they collected a lot of memories these last few days, and things just went so well, and I'm just really appreciative of WIAA and the way they ran things, the way they took care of us. We'll remember this for a long time.
Well, Coach, your team really had to battle some odds to get to this point and take home that second place trophy, really persevere in some tough situations. Can you tell us your feelings about this group of guys and what they did for you this year?
Well, we went into the season knowing we had a lot of potential. We had some seniors that were good athletes, led by Tanner. We looked at our tough conference that we were playing in, thought if we play consistent baseball, good baseball, got a chance for that conference championship. Didn't quite work out that way, but it's set up in high school. Thank goodness that you have that second season you can start. We put it together, got some momentum, fought from behind in a number of ball games, I think almost all of them, and the next thing you know, we're at the state tournament. And when I look back and see, all the things we went through this year, some ups and downs we had, within the team, and and such that we had to deal with, injuries. Not a lot of people know that we had a couple kids out there that were wrapped up pretty tight in bandages and that, limping around, but they weren't going to let that get in the way of them being able to play in a state tournament, a state championship game. I'm not offering that as an excuse. Catholic Central, they deserve that championship, for the way they played. But our guys, tell you what, couldn't be more proud of them. They followed the lead. Those freshmen, they followed the lead of our seniors. When our seniors were struggling a little bit, they came through with big hits. Trevor, Jamie Soik, a number of them there, and I'm just looking forward to seeing how they're going to do now next year. They can't help but build upon this experience.